What is up, everybody? Chris here, and we are back with another video. I told you guys I'm going to keep on posting content, so I'm going to keep trying to put everything that's recommended. I've been getting some great ideas from you guys in the DMs, but make sure you comment below this video if you want to see something. I'm going to be uploading a lot, so I need as much ideas as possible. But in this one, we're going to be going over creative descriptions. So a lot of people struggle with yes, they bring people to their site, but once they're actually on the product page, they don't end up converting those people. So going over what makes people want to buy, urgency, scarcity, making sure your description looks good, making sure the product images, everything kind of flows. So we're going to go in depth on that, and let's jump right in. Hey everyone, and welcome back. And in this one, obviously, we're going to be going over product descriptions. I'm going to go down and kind of just break down some of the stuff that I do. I want to show you guys some examples, and then we're going to go through actually create the description. I'm going to be putting some description templates in the link below. It's going to be a Google Doc, something that you guys can access for free that can help you kind of build out your own templates, so you can use the templates to kind of adjust it to your business or your product or whatever that may be. But we're going to go through some examples, some that use some of the tools that I use, some that don't, what actually works, and what you should actually be doing for your product descriptions in order to convert customers. So moving on to the first example, this is Blender Eyewear. I use them as an example a lot in the program, but a really great website. It looks really clean, but really what we're focusing on is the actual product as well as the description. So when you come into a site, when you're coming onto your dropship store, let's say, or when you're coming onto your store, whether that's branded or whatever it may be, you got to think of some things that are going through the buyer's mind when they're deciding whether or not to purchase. So when I land on this page, obviously I see the product, and you would assume that whoever is landing on here is interested. Obviously, if you're doing cold traffic, you're just bringing some people, but if you brought some sales, then you're knowing that generally the audience is who you want to have on your actual site. So immediately when I land on this page, high quality images, which is a big thing. I know that isn't necessarily descriptions, but it is a big thing as far as creating buyer trust. What you're looking for, creating the buyer trust, you're looking for urgency, and you're looking for scarcity. So buyer trust kind of goes in line with sales pop and reviews. So if I wait long enough on here, I'm sure something's going to pop up in the left corner that somebody has purchased something. But yep, here it is right here. Somebody just bought from Colorado, bought high-class Jazz, boom. Some other kind of sunglasses, kind of putting the sense in your head that someone else is purchasing from the site, so why would I not feel comfortable purchasing from it? So a few other things, the live chat right here, the reviews is a really great tool. They have Q&As down here to where you can see whether or not what the lenses are, or what people think of their actual purchase, and generally looks like all of these are pretty good. Yeah, almost all 5 stars. I mean, you'll see very few, so 5,000 5 stars, some 4 stars. Looks balanced, doesn't look totally fake, doesn't look like every single review is 5 stars, but it still looks like the majority of the people that purchase this are happy. So that's a really big thing. But moving on to the actual description. So this is one of the examples I was going to say that don't use the exact same tools as I use. A lot of dropship stores and a lot of at least on my branded stores, I use like the timers, and that's more into the urgency and scarcity factor. But the description is a really key thing. I'm going to go through the template in a second, but as you can see right here, this is a breakdown. This is an app you can get that I'll probably link down below. It's pretty simple, but it just breaks it into categories, so you can split up your description instead of having one super long description, so that if you were on mobile or instead of being on desktop, when you scroll down, you have other things like the related and the reviews, and it looks a lot cleaner than having pages and pages under your description. But details, so it kind of shows you a little bit about the product. Description, it actually does kind of like a captivating description, making you want to buy it. I mean, it's kind of hard to be creative when it comes to like certain products. So they're selling obviously they're selling sunglasses, so they're just like, let's just read through here. Look great, feel good too, or some white gloss details, getting a cool icy look. Boom. Just people love them so much. One of the store's best sellers. Everything better with a hint of lime, right? Something to catch their attention, kind of. But very simple. And then obviously, as you're thinking about buying it, they have something about shipping and returns, how fast it ships. Orders placed will ship out Monday, Tuesday, okay. Returns within 45 days of purchase. So just some more things that you might think about when you're actually looking at the product on their site. Now, moving on to another example before we actually go through my template as well as actually installing that and doing that for you guys. This is just an example of a dropship store that I found. I think it was on Dropship Spy, but this is typical what you would see as far as what I was talking about with creative descriptions, and it's kind of like just a creative product layout. So obviously they have their reviews right here, just like Blender, not as many obviously, but they have their price cut out, buy it now, big, bold, and green. That's a really big key that really that's been useful, at least when I've tested it. It's not necessarily the biggest factor of whether or not someone's going to buy it or not, but green buttons, at least split tested, had like, I think it was like a 0.5% higher conversion rate, which is, it's weird. I don't really understand it. Obviously, it's something with the psychology of the color, but it's not that big of a deal. But it does look pretty clean on your site. They have like green in their logo, so it does look kind of balanced. If you wanted to have it structured to where the color scheme on your site, that's obviously an option too. Right here, this right here, so the trusted checkouts obviously has PayPal, American Express, MasterCard, Visa, all that. That's a big key I have. That's the other part of the template. So it's going to be 2 templates, the primary description as well as this, which I call the buyer trust stamp. It's just having, so it's secure checkout and PayPal and MasterCard verified and all that. So people are thinking about that when they're looking, especially on a site they've never seen before, they don't trust yet. So that's really good. Here's where it comes into the scarcity and urgency. So urgency is where it's the countdown. You know, this offer is ending soon. Perfect example right here, 15 hours and 1 minute. So if you don't buy it within that amount of time, it's going from $50 to $100. So after you've run a store, you think these things aren't important, but to everyone else looking at it from a distance, you know, everyone that's just shopping around or somebody who's not in the business and doesn't think about retail prices, they think about that heavy. You know, like when I'm sure there was a time where before you knew about dropshipping, before you knew about retail and pricing and all that kind of stuff, where you went to buy something on a website and it's like, oh, it's half off today, I have to get it today, you know. So it's that sense of urgency that you have to buy something before the price goes up so that you get the best deal possible. So it's kind of going back to the psychology of putting that idea in your buyer's head to where they're gonna want to buy it immediately. So that's a big thing. And then the last thing is scarcity, obviously. So limited edition, only 33 left. Some people do even less if you want to put like 3 left, or 55 out of 60 sold or something like that. Can be another thing in the buyer's head to where, oh, well, they don't have that many. So that's a scarcity tactic to where they have to get it right now, or they're not going to be able to. They don't want to wait for a restock. And with the holidays coming around, people will take that into consideration because they think they see that and then they go, okay, well, I need to make sure that I can get this for so-and-so, and I don't want it to run out of stock. So big thing coming on here, description and guarantee. I cover partial amount of this, at least in the description template, but there are some good things here. Obviously the features, the benefits, so as many things as you can think of for your actual product when it comes down to it. So any usefulness, you know, even if you're kind of saying the same thing twice, it can't hurt unless it's, you know, very, very similar. But if you're trying to say like, look, it can fix more kinds of dents. Let's see, this might be a little kind of the Chinese English. I'm not sure if this is a US seller or not, but removes card ends and hail damage. Everyone can remove the dent by yourself. So that's an example of doubling down. So just having more things to say about the product. I wouldn't be as overwhelming as this. Maybe I would keep it right around 4 or 5. Usually I do anywhere from 3 at minimum to roughly 6. This is a lot. And when you come down to here, you want to make sure all these things kind of line up. So only 33 left. And if they said only 100 units available, that makes people think that 70 of them have been sold. So it's another kind of trust thing. It looks like they have a video down here. That's also a really good thing to have. And then the guarantee. So blah, blah, blah. 24/7, 365 fast support, whatever it takes, outstanding customer service, just good things to put in the back of the buyer's head so they feel more comfortable actually making the purchase. So let's go ahead and dive into the actual template. So actually getting into the template, this is what I'm going to give you guys. I'm going to give you guys this, which is the basic layout for what you should have on your store, as well as the description template or the stamp templates. So these are just some things that you can use at the top and the bottom of your description just to make it look a little bit better. These are some of my favorite ones to use. You can obviously find these on Google if you type in a simple Google search of maybe MasterCard verified or credit card verified or safe checkout or checkout buttons or checkout icons, it'll come up and you'll be able to search through and find a lot that you may like better than these, but I'm going to give you guys these either way. But going into the actual description, so you're going to see a couple of things here that I was talking about. Obviously, the add to cart button, so the payment stamp, the features or incentives, so the benefits and the features of the product. So like they were saying, pulls hail damage and then also has or can fix dents or whatever it was, doubling down. But some of the features you put in your product, limited inventory available. So this is one of the scarcity tactics versus you can use an app. I'm going to show you guys a couple apps when we get into it. But another scarcity factor, actually having, if you are hiding your product descriptions, I told you guys I was going to talk about more of branding, which that's going to be in some later videos because I really want to help you guys because we've actually been working on some stores that have a lot less time than 1 to 3 week shipping, like typical AliExpress stuff. But it is important to have that on your store. It can be a conversion killer to an extent. But you don't want to lie. You want to be transparent with your shipping times, and that's why, I don't mind being transparent with mine because, I don't have that many dropship stores. I have a lot of branded stores, so I know that I can get people the product a lot faster than, 1 to 3 weeks, so it's much easier for me to be transparent. But I would definitely recommend being transparent with your stuff. So having the 1 to 3 week thing, you can say it arrives due to high demand or something, some kind of BS, to make the customer think it's not necessarily a dropship product. But and the last thing, so something to actually trust your store. So why shop at blank? 100% money back guarantee, easy returns, over 500 satisfied customers. These are just examples of things you can do. Obviously, it pertains to your business. You can put whatever you want. If you wanted to put you had 25,000 satisfied customers, that's all. That's completely up to you. But this is just an example of some things you can do, and you can adjust it based on your business. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I already showed you guys the actual stamps I use, but let's go ahead and just make an actual description. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this in here just so we have it. Let's go ahead. It's going to be a dog heart bracelet. This is just an example, but so first thing, add a cart button. Obviously that's already there. So payment verify, we're going to go ahead and put our stamp in. Okay, so I uploaded one of the examples that I showed you guys. We're going to put it in. We're just going to center it on here. So alignment, center that, make it look nice, get rid of that. Oops, we don't want this here. So let's go ahead and take that out. Boom. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So this is where you're going to be putting obviously the features of your product. When you're doing, we're just going to be doing a dog bracelet. So let's go ahead and do, let's say one of your benefits was you were donating to, let's say, charity. So let's say a portion of all proceeds is donated to, what is it, SPCA? Is that, I think that's the dog charity. Let's do as a portion of all its proceeds. So we'll say 100% handmade in the USA. Obviously, this is all pertaining to your business, so I'm just putting some examples here. Made with genuine agate beads, I think that's what it is. But these are some examples, so obviously features and benefits about your product, so this can always be different, but putting something that's going to sell it, so why they should buy it, so what are the benefits, what are the features. So let's see, one size fits all. So that's just an example. So we're going to stop there. Limited inventory available, products limited first customers. So we're going to get rid of this. We're going to do, we're going to go right here. We're going to do notice in all caps. We're going to change this text to red. So we make it pop a little bit more. Products limited to first 100 customers. We will not be restocking this bracelet once it is gone. Once it is gone, we'll say once it's gone, it's gone. Something like that. It's gone, it's gone. Boom. We'll do right here. Product may take. Boom. We're going to go ahead and copy that. We're going to bring that. I like to put that all the way at the bottom. It's completely up to you guys, obviously. But typically, I like to leave that at the bottom. It's still transparent. It's still there, but this shouldn't be the first thing you're advertising. They should be able to read through every single thing before finding out about your poor shipping times if you're drop shipping. But why shop at blank? I'm going to do, I'm not even sure what the store I'm on right now, but we'll just leave it at why shop at blank. 100% money back guarantee, easy. We're going to say easy, no hassle, returns, over 5,000 satisfied customers. Boom. So this is starting to look pretty good. We'll make this stuff bold right here. See if that looks a little better. Yeah, it probably will. Okay, so fairly simple. Let me go ahead and upload these product images real quick. Okay, so once these images are uploaded, we're going to do the pricing. This is another thing that I was talking about as far as doing it. You know, I usually do what most people do, which is the 50% off method, to where it looks like it's 50% off. So putting the compare at price at double of what the actual price is. So let's go ahead and look at this on the store, see how it looks. Okay, so I think I did not put any stock for this thing. Yeah, okay, let's change this to 50. Save. Let's go back. Change it up. Boom. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. Obviously, so these apps right here, they're beaketing. So that's BEEKETING. If you type that in on the Shopify App Store, you're going to see a lot of stuff. They are a really great tool for the urgency and scarcity. They have social proof. They have all kinds of stuff. This is basically what your description should look like. So everything I just talked about, as far as having a well thought out description, having the reviews, obviously at the bottom, I haven't put those in yet. Picture reviews, making somebody feel comfortable, thinking about the buyer trust, thinking about scarcity, urgency, and making someone actually want to complete their purchase. So obviously, if you have a description that does not look good, people are not going to want to buy from that. You know, when you come on a site like this and you look through it, this looks like a trusted, this is a brand. Obviously, it's easier to trust them, but even this site looks decent. But you want to make sure that the buyer feels comfortable with their purchase, and that's probably the biggest thing as far as getting them to actually convert on your store. So I hope this helps you guys. If you need anything else, just go ahead and comment below. I'll try to answer everybody. And shoot me a DM. I'm looking for some new videos. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to this channel if you want more content. I'm going to be dropping a lot of value for you guys as far as what to do with your stores and advertising and basically everything you guys want covered. So leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and listen to everything I just said as far as what to do to actually make people convert on your store. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you later.